To say it's a big game for Jacob deGrom at Citi Field on Saturday night feels like a bit of an understatement. The Mets ace is trying to help his team avoid elimination in the wild-card round against the San Diego Padres. But the Mets ace hasn't looked sharp in his last 3 starts. So let's take a deeper look into his pitching. The perfect person to talk about that is the founder of Pitcher List, my guy, Nick Pollack. Nick, how you doing? Long time no see.
What is happening? Thank you so much for having me today, and I cannot wait to talk about Jacob deGrom.
Oh, yes, we know. You also can't wait to ever talk about pitching. We know you love talking about pitching, which is why I had to talk to you. Now, Nick, I mentioned deGrom's last 3 starts, but if you look at his last 4, his ERA is over 6, and you know, that's not very Jacob deGrom-like at all. So what have you seen as an issue with the Mets ace pitching as of late?
Well, I will say the last 3 of his last 4 starts have come with double-digit strikeouts along that way. Very few walks as well. So when you look at the overall stuff of deGrom, very much intact. His command is a little different. Traditionally, if you know Jacob deGrom, it's sliders down and away from right-handers with that fastball peppering that down and away corner as well, and replicated for lefties as well. He does like to stay in the same exact spot of the zone, regardless of lefty or righty. And his fastball command and slider has wavered a bit. We've seen fastballs go away from lefties, get thrown up a bit. You see sliders not quite pinpointing that corner of the zone as much. At the same time, he's still getting a lot of good outs, a lot of strikeouts, and the home runs are just killing him. I'm seeing 100% homer fly ball rates, 75%, and typically it's about 12% or so you're supposed to see from home run rates. We saw that last night with the Padres. They hit 4 home runs against Max Scherzer. Very odd and unusual. And all we can hope is that the Padres got that out of the way, and the home runs, well, those fly balls will stay in the park for Jacob deGrom, because if he gets rid of that, he's peak Jacob deGrom.
All right, you talked about the word hope there. Let's try to give the Mets fans some hope here. When you look at Saturday night's Game 2 and deGrom's opponent in the Padres, is this a lineup that you can see him having success against?
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen through the year that the Padres are a team actually that does get overwhelmed with fastballs a lot. I am going to push away the deGrom curse. If you don't know what that is, opposing pitchers since 2019 have been aces. We're talking 2019, their ERA was 2.43. 2020, it was 2.38. 221, it was 2021, it was 0.51, and this year a 3.18 ERA, and now they're going against Blake Snell, 41 innings. Yeah, he's gone 1.76 ERA in those last 41 innings. So hopefully the opposing pitchers against deGrom are not nearly at that level. But I think as far as the ability you're going to see tonight, Jacob deGrom will bring it. I'd be honestly shocked if the Padres are able to put up the same monster of a game that they did yesterday. There were some bad pitches that Scherzer threw and he was taken advantage of. And honestly, Scherzer's stuff relative to Jacob deGrom's not the same. Scherzer's really good at command and locating and sequencing, and that's how he gets his outs, and he dominates on the mound. deGrom's stuff, way different. It's a different story. I think the Padres are going to be overwhelmed by this, and it should be a really good matchup in New York.
Should be a good matchup in Game 2. Now, deGrom, he hasn't pitched a postseason game in 7 years, Nick, and Game 2 is going to be his first at Citi Field. So does deGrom deliver and save the Mets from elimination? I think I know your answer here, but the people need to fully hear it.
Does deGrom do it? Yes. Do the Mets do it? I don't know. I think we have to take the blame off of Max Scherzer from last night and recognize they scored 1 run yesterday. You can't do that. I saw Pete Alonso almost get a home run inside the pole there, but you have to do better as an offense. And Jacob deGrom, look, he's going to feed off of that stadium. We've seen it before. He has the stuff. He's going to do it. There's no doubt in my mind in that regard. But yeah, will these bats wake up? I hope so, and it would make for an excellent Game 3 matchup. Chris Bassett on the hill against Joe Musgrove. I look forward to that one, and I expect to see it. I look forward to a Game 3.
All right, there you go. Prediction from Nick Pollack saying he expects to see it. And basically what you're telling the Mets fans is you got to believe in Jacob deGrom.
You got to believe.
You got to believe in Jacob deGrom, at least that. And I don't know about the offense. That might be another story, but we'll get to that another time. That is Nick Pollack, the founder of Pitcher List. Always some great analysis on pitching in the MLB. Nick, good to see you. Thank you for the time, and we'll see what happens in Game 2.
No, thanks so much for having me.